don't want, so you're making this elbow go this way, not, and the handle's going that way with it. It's not going that way at all.
Correct. So the whole theory of knob to baseball,
Yeah.
and it's been misconstrued over the years because, you know, the intermediate coaches or unexperienced coaches, if you will, who we've all had at some point in our career,
Yeah.
typically when we're younger, hear something and they just run with it, right?
Right.
Similar to a straight arm in golf. Somebody
Yeah.
hears that and they just run with it, and that's the only advice they give. If I send my knob to this baseball, go ahead and try.
Well,
It's getting out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so again, we're conscious of where our barrel is. And so if
So-
I'm doing this right away, now I have to fly my front shoulder, open up my chest in order to hit this. And where do you think that ball is going to go?
well,
It's going this way.
Yeah.
There's no chance it's ever going to go that way. And if it does, we're going to get that big slice that everyone's scared of. So when I get forward, it's that elbow going forward, that knob going forward. So I think about elbow to the pitcher, right? So
It's
go ahead and
interest-
get in your stance and go elbow to the pitcher. Okay, now go ahead and stop once it gets to me. Now it acts like a hinge. And then it opens up. Okay? Now,
So-
the other issue is, would you say that's the highest strike you're going to get?
no.
So go ahead and do what you were just doing again. Let's get to that point. Hold it right there.
Oh, I got no chance.
Would you say that's the highest strike you're going to
Yeah,
get?
that's about
It's
right.
probably the top of the zone, right?
Yeah,
So you notice that your hands did a very looping motion.
yeah,
That's where we get in trouble.
I'm done.
If I see a hitter with that low of hands, I'm busting them high and I'm busting them hard. It's going to be
Can't
hard
get
fastballs up, and you won't be able to get on top of it. If you do, you're probably going to immediately in the last second try to pull up. We're sending that ball
Pop-ups.
up to the sky if we do hit it. So I want to make sure my hands stay high because I want to think about I can handle top of the zone down. So go ahead and get in your stance again. Load. Now think about throwing a baseball. Where are you at when you're throwing? We're not here, right?
No,
We're up.
up here.
Yeah. Now make sure I'm holding that baby. Hands are nice and tight. Okay. See how that path is coming down,
Yep.
down? I want to think about straight.
So
flat.
it's got to feel more out this way and not
Yeah.
so much down.
Exactly. Because again, when I immediately go down with my hands, have my hands gone forward at all?
No.
It's wasted motion. It's not doing anything for us, right? Because I have this much time.
Oh yeah.
Right? I think it's something of anything above 90 is less than, I think it's less than the blink of an eye, and it's gone
Yeah, you're done.
by you. So I have this much time to react. Also have that much time to decide whether it's a ball or strike, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
This is a lot of time. It may be just a tiny little thing that most people don't notice, but when this happens and I pull my hands down and I got to pull from this position, I'm in trouble. So everyone
this has got to
says,
go this way immediately.
yeah, I need to make sure I get forward. So everyone says, don't swing down on the ball. Don't swing down on the ball. Strike zone's below your hands. I got to swing down and naturally get my takeoff like my airplane does down a runway.
Yeah.
So when I get to the beginning of the runway, then I can start to take off. So I want to make sure that I'm staying down through it and extending through this path that the ball's coming in. Remember, this ball isn't coming in from here, right? It's
Yeah.
not coming in from way up here.
Nope.
It's coming in at a little bit of a lower trajectory. So let's go ahead and try to hit this ball up the middle again. Good. Got it up the middle, right?
Yep.
Naturally, it's the lift. Good.
Oh.
Did you just feel that?
Yep.
What happened?
Felt like I. Oh,
That
it's
front
short.
foot didn't stay straight. Opened up.
Opened up
And when it pulls everything with it, when it pulls,
this way.
pulls front hip, pulls front shoulder, you already know, because you got the hand-eye coordination, that you know where your barrel is. So what do we have to do? We have to get out
Out
away
to
from
get
our
it.
body to be able to reach it,
And then you flip.
and then you flip, and that
Pull
ball
it.
goes left.
All right.
So again, old theory with the front foot moving, it's no good.
So it's got to stay in the same.
Gotta stay in the same part.
Okay.
Good.
There we
Good.
go.
So now, I want you to try to think about what ball we're hitting, right? It's a fastball down the middle. What part of the ball do I want to hit? Bottom of the ball, it's going up, right?
Okay.
Top of the ball, it's going down.
Okay.
Hardest part of the ball is right in the middle.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and hit this ball
In the middle.
in the middle.
Okay.
And I want you to be able to tell if you got under it, if you were over it.
Okay. Over it.
There you go. The ball goes down, right?
That was pretty close.
Sounds a little bit different, doesn't it?
Big time.
Yeah. Good. That's optimal right there. What did that sound like? Probably
Under.
a little more T, huh?
Yeah, that was under
Yeah,
it a
so
little
that
bit.
was a little bit chunky, if you will, out of the fairway.
Same with that.
Same thing.
That was pretty good.
Sounds a little bit better. Did you
Yeah.
ever see that Trouble with the Curve movie?
No.
The Clint Eastwood one where he's a scout. You didn't see that one? It's pretty good. I like Clint Eastwood. But he's going blind. The point of the story is that he's going
no,
blind.
I did see it.
And he goes to still watch these kids and he can hear it.
Listens.
We can hear it. Over the years and pay attention enough, you can hear it.
Oh,
and I can close my eyes and tell you whether you got on top, whether you got underneath, whether you got it solid.
Well, I can. Same thing
So,
with golf.
There you go.
You can be hitting balls behind me, and you hit a shot, and if somebody's good and they finally hit one, they hit it right
Yeah,
because you don't normally hear it.
yeah. It's a different kind of sound.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to make that sound as consistent as possible. There it was. Sounds a little bit better. A little more T. There it is. So, there's three
There we go.
straight
Bullets.
where it's hit hard, and it's hit straight, and it's hit up the middle. Okay? That tells me consistency. It tells me you're starting to get the muscle memory of it, right? We're starting to get used to it a little bit. How big is that strike zone?
Well, that one's small, but the strike zone's
Strike
pretty
zone's
big.
pretty big, right?
Yeah, no,
we're getting
it's a
up
lot of
here,
variables.
we're getting out here, we're getting down here. That's one pitch where it takes us, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes
to
to
finally
try
get.
to feel like I'm feeling good with this pitch. And compare it however you want with golf, it may be just, you just figured out your 7-iron. Well, we got a whole lot of other clubs to figure out, right? And so that's similar to the amount of pitches we got to get used to.
So you're
and
not
that's
gonna,
all not moving.
So it doesn't matter who comes in here. If it was some major league superstar,
Yep.
we're going to get on a tee and see where your control is
100%,
first.
100%. One of the
Not
best
going
hitters
to-
in the game right now is Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's one of the top guys, always in the MVP voting. It's rumored that in the off season, he does 300 tee swings every day before anything else happens. 300. How many do you think we got now? 20, 25?
Yeah.
So
Well,
300, and then he gets into his other stuff that he works on.
well, you know, and it's interesting because in our game, in golf, where everybody wants to go, it'd be like being in here. Everybody wants to go over to those batting machines and turn the speed on and try to hit it.
Yeah,
What you're doing here by taking the speed out is what we're trying to get people to slow down and get control of the club and control the face and the path,
Absolutely.
hit it solid and hit it where you want it to go.
yep,
Because if you can't do it at a slower speed, you cannot do it at full speed. More
Right.
speed isn't going to make you better.
right.
People have a hard time grasping that concept. Yet the best players in the world spend hundreds of hours
Sure.
hitting balls full swing at slow speeds, just trying to feel how everything fits.
Yep. And it's a matter of the muscle memory and repeating it over
Right.
and over again.
So we came in here to Batz, and we found out a little bit about the place. A lot of great baseball players come in here and practice. And we got Nate to help us with our hitting. Now, what did we see relative to golf? One, very similar how the right arm works. And the fact that he said At impact, when you hit a baseball, when you hit the ball, your right arm is still bent. So in baseball, actually almost at impact, your right and your left arm are bent, and then your arms straighten as you go through, okay? So the whole right arm bent and right on the back of the bat is almost exactly the same as golf. The other thing he said is the last thing you want to do in baseball is to be set up here, and when you stride, when you hit, is to twist your shoulders open. So your shoulders have to stay closed or stay parallel as long as you possibly can. He made the comment that your shoulders do you absolutely no good in a baseball swing. He said it all comes from your hands and forearms. I find that very interesting because we're talking about and we're seeing in this golf industry where it isn't about your hands and arms, it's all about your shoulders. So I'm not sure I go along with that. In fact, I know I don't. It is a way to do it, but again, we're talking about what they said relative to where I've been coming with a golf swing. Oh, the other thing he said is when we come into the ball relative to our lower bodies, you don't want any lower body moving up and into the ball. So basically you stride, and you stride right straight. You don't stride this way or you don't stride back. So you stride straight, and then this leg is your brake, and it brakes, and then your right turns down and in. So he said take that knee and turn it down and in towards your left foot, and then you push with that, and then you push away with your left, and that makes your hips turn. So that's almost a duplicate of what we're doing with golf, and no hips up into the ball. So when we start looking at baseball swings, and you look at the arms, and you look at the direction of the momentum, and how the chest is working relative to your hands and arms, how your body works, it's almost a duplicate. What's interesting, like I say, and when I watch golf now, what I'm hearing a lot of is twist and shallow the club. Well, in my opinion, it would do the same thing as you would do with baseball. Can you play from there? Yeah, but the compensations become monumental that you have to do to catch the face up to be consistent. The other thing that was interesting is I come in to take a lesson, where does he put me? On a tee. And we talked about how the best players in the world in baseball hit and practice off a tee. Well, if you related baseball to golf, in baseball, when you're hitting off a tee, the ball's not moving. So that's slow. There's no movement to the ball. In golf, hitting off a tee in baseball would be hitting off the ground, but swinging slow, because you're just trying to feel how things are moving relative to where the ball is. Now, if you add speed to your golf swing, it's like adding the pitch or adding speed. Most of you aren't ready for that. You don't even know how to hit it making a motion slowly, and you're trying to go fast, which would be like coming into here and having Nate help me with hitting. He didn't take me over and put me in the 70-mile-an-hour hitting speed, because I can't do anything from there. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do. So here we're on a tee. We can slow it down. You can feel what you're doing. And he said contact, center face, solid contact, and direction is the most important thing to get first. It wasn't about how far you hit it. Okay. It's the same thing in golf. And all these guys that are talking about speed first, get the speed first, and then get control of the ball second. You know, honestly, I don't get that, unless you want to be a long drive person. If that's where you're trying to go, then okay, go for it. But we've looked at some things that are common. Now when you watch baseball on TV, you watch the playoffs, you're going to see a lot of these things. You start watching golf swings, it'll start to make a lot more sense to you, especially your own swings. So I want you to go out, get your baseball bat, try what you saw here, enjoy the World Series, and then put a lot of the baseball swing into your golf swing. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for regular updates and tips. Thanks for watching.